Hey, hey, universe and mining family. Grab your shovels and your pickaxes. Welcome to the show. I'm Nemesis, and of course, I'm not your babysitter. Do your own research, but let's dig in. Yo, I hate to rip on Nvidia. I have them over here. I've got a lot of Nvidias. I love them. They're great for gaming. Well, up until the 20 series, in my opinion. Well, I guess if you turn off ray tracing altogether and just 86 that, you get a kind of comparable graphics card to a 1080 Ti at a ridiculously jacked up price. Because if you put the ray tracing on and try gaming with it, you try to ramp it up into a more cinematographic view, your frames drops, your frequency drops, so the crispness drops because your screen doesn't refresh as many times. So in my opinion, I stay away from the 20 series. They're absolute garbage in my opinion. I would never try buying them for gaming. With that also being said, that brings up mining. A 2080 Ti, dude, I know people who have their cards starting on melting, starting on fire. The 2080 Ti's are a joke. They did not do everything properly. That's why MSI is now just, here you go, water block. Fitted right on there because that's the only way to keep them things cool. But they're melting also at the top power plug pin out. So that tells me right where the connection is. That is a localized hotspot. Really bad. That means their power distribution through they might have needed to spread it out to more pins. That just means that they're pulling too much in through a small little area. No bueno. So that card's got a lot of issues. And then their drivers. It's like, dude, the video performance on them are garbage. Mining, for the price point, no, not worth it. No. For gaming wise, no, not worth it. Not worth it. If you want to sit there and have a pleasant gaming experience, 1070 Ti, 1080 Ti, your refresh rate on the screen is going to be much better, and they mine beautifully. So it's a win-win on both ends. Are they mining as much as the 20 series? No. But because of the price point, that's some of the reasons why I would stay away from them. And on top of that, I know that the 1070s are not having the fire starting issues, but for the price point and the hash rate that you're getting off of them, in my expressed opinion, but my opinion alone, they're just not a venture that I can see value in. The 1070 still holds value. The 1080 still, the 1070 Ti and the 1080 Ti still hold value to me. Same thing with like these ones here. These are my RX 580s. They hit just like my 1070s. And guess what? They're a little cheaper. If you can find them on sale at the right time. It's all about trying to find, a good price. Now that kind of, talking about good pricing kind of leads me into the article where Nvidia is citing for decreased revenue, citing that the crypto mining declined as some of the reasons for it. Dude, get with it. You want miners to sit there and mine with your cards? You either, for the price point that you're putting them at, you've got to give us something absolutely spectacular for that price point. It's got to ROI sometime in the next 3 or 4 years? Come on. The price point's ridiculous for when you need when you would be expected the ROI on it. The 2070 is hashing maybe 1.5 times a 1070 Ti. So that's some of the reasons why I just don't see the value. You're getting only half a bump on performance for triple the price. So if I do calculations right, if I'm getting 1.5, if I'm only getting a half a bump over what I'm already currently using, and I have to pay 3 times the amount. So if I sit there and just buy one more of what I've already currently got, I've spent less money. So I love saving money, but this is not financial advice. Remember that. I like saving money, so I'll get 2 cards, and I'll be hashing at 1.5 times. I'll be half a bump over a single card. Spending less money. So my ROI time is a lot more feasible in that sense. Sometimes you got to kind of look at it from the business sense and not just, oh my god, I got to get the latest and greatest hardware. I laugh at people when they do that because they're the ones that are going into uncharted territory, buying equipment and finding out that it wasn't ready. Nvidia needed to take their time to release this maybe a little bit later. You don't see AMD pushing out all of their stuff right off the bat. They're like, yeah, we have this stuff. They went to the CES and said, hey, yo, we have all this stuff. It's on the horizon. We're working the kinks out of it. We're not rolling it out yet, though. We're making it awesome. Nvidia needed to kind of take that same thing instead of trying to beat AMD, be like, yo, we're the big bad boys of the block. This is going to give AMD a chance to swing back at Nvidia and hopefully make a better product. I hope so. Somebody needs to dethrone Nvidia to a point to make Nvidia regroup, reassess, and make themselves better. Use a single failure as a way to make themselves better. Yo, think about it. Nvidia, if any of them guys are ever watching it, probably never watch me ever, but they need to sit there and kind of try to be a little bit more innovative and hold off on rushing products out. It's not mining, as they're trying to sit there and say is the issue. They had a early release of that they were going to make 2.7 billion. Yeah, I said billion. They ain't hurting in the slightest bit. I'm sorry. They are making a killing still, and their cards are overpriced. Come on. But no, they made... Now they're expected to be around 2.2 billion. Billion with a B, dude. Come on. They are so worried about making all this money when they're rushing products out. And then they're like, oh, they even came out and said that they are not going to make anything for mining, that was not their focal point. Their focal point was the gamers. And in my opinion, they failed at that. A card that doesn't perform. There's one game out there right now that uses ray tracing, and I've seen it. It's not that good. I'll take my 1070 Ti that I've already got, put that bad boy on movie mode, and have a much better gaming experience visually. I'm sorry, if you put those two side by side, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're just watching movies and you're doing it in 4K, is it really necessary to get the best card on the planet that's overpriced, in my opinion, that needs to have drivers fixed before the performance is really rolled out the way I think it should be? To me, it's not worth it. And that's some of the reasons why Nvidia's sales are dropping off. Is that I'm not the only person that thinks this way. That Nvidia rushed their product out way too quick. But yeah, and like in here, and Jensen, the CEO, called it a crypto hangover. Even though he himself said that we are not catering to the miners anymore, that we're catering to the gamers, and they thought that the gamers were gonna carry all the sales out. It's like, no, you need to do both, which means that you have to provide a good card at a good value. It's innovative thinking, I know. But this is some of the reasons why that they're having issues, is that they just overpriced everything and it doesn't work. None of it does, in my opinion. And now they're coming out with the 1600 series, the 1660. And it's basically, well, it is the 20 series minus ray tracing. Because I know it's a failure. So they're just going to offer you a non-ray tracing card. Now, the only way that I think that that's going to work is if that card is reasonably priced. Reasonably priced. Now, if they keep this into the same ballpark as their 20 series junk cards, the 1660 is going to hit them hard. And I hope it doesn't sink them. I mean, I love my Nvidia cards. I have them. I have them over here. I have them in this machine. I have them in my mining room. I don't mind the Nvidia cards. They're a great overall card. But yeah, they could have, and now their stock shareholders are pissed. that just reminded me, like, I just kind of scrolled up on here to see the stock prices. I guess some of the stock shareholders are trying to make a class action lawsuit that saying that Nvidia misrepresented the stocks to their stock shareholders, saying that that you didn't have to worry about the crypto mining, that was an insignificant portion of their business, and that the majority of their business was all about the gamers. Like me, I'm a gamer. I like Nvidia, but if I'm a gamer, I only need one card. Think about this. If every gamer bought one card, where does the bulk of their sales really come from? If every person bought themselves a graphics card, and they bought a really good one, brand new, that card's good for a few years. Now, where's the rest of their sales coming in? Not everybody. You got a small margin of the market that rushes out to buy the latest and greatest graphics card. Smaller market. Your bulk market buys it and will utilize it and then start learning how to overclock it until they can't game with their favorite game anymore. And then they're like, I think it's time. I've been sitting there saying that about my 13-year-old PC that I finally laid to rest. I could sit there and salvage it right now, turning into another mining rig. I got parts right there. I got everything I need. I got another mining rig that I basically retired my old computer, and now it's going to be a mining rig in the future. Yo! In that thing, I put in a new graphics card, and it did me no good because the CPU was so old. I knew it was an issue, but most people that, through this is how they upgrade. They upgrade one little piece at a time. They're not sitting here running out and buying new hardware, all new hardware, all the time. That is a small margin. That means that Nvidia lost a bulk sale of their crypto mining, which that's why it negatively impacted them, and that's why their stock shareholders are pissed, is that they basically got lied to by Nvidia, that the gamers were just as important, were more important than the miners. And I think it should have been an even kill. They should have been kind of focusing in on both. I think they limited themselves, shot themselves in the foot, and now they're really sitting here suffering. And I hope that AMD delaying their release on some stuff, trying to make things right, is going to prove to be towards their advantage. AMD used to be king for a little while there. For a little while. Especially in mining. Oh my god. It'd be nice to see AMD make another rise. With that, guys, what's your thoughts on this? Are you like, just what's your opinions on Nvidia's downturn? Do you think that they should have focused in a little bit more on the miners or dropped their prices a little bit more? Definitely drop some comments in down below. While you're down there, smash that like button. Yo. And while you're smashing that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. This way you guys get to see all the videos that I get to drop. And certainly share this video. Helps me get new subscribers. Yo. Help me get that knowledge out to people. If they're interested in mining, of course. Yo. Otherwise, of course, like always, I will see you on the next one.